All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to my apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to every brother preaching the truth, what the four corners of the earth with truth and sincerity in their hearts. All right, and this is the brother Shamaria of the Indiana camp, along with my brother Kabaria of the Indiana camp, and we're coming at you with another lesson. And the topic is going to be about Esau's kingdom. All right, it's going down. Because Esau is building all over the place. I don't know about neighboring states or cities, but I know in my region, the Northwest Indiana region, all right, we live in Gary, but local cities as in East Chicago. If you look up a Gary map, you'll see that local cities like East Chicago, Hammond, Maryville, Miller, they're all doing construction work, in these major cities and major highways, and the scripture speaks about that. They're all doing this innovating and doing everything, because Esau is getting ready for this kingdom to come. He's putting sensors in the ground. He's getting things equipped for his heavy artillery during the time when the future comes, in that day, in the day of martial law in the FEMA camps, so the heavy artillery vehicles can withstand the roads, or vice versa, the roads can withstand the heavy artillery vehicles, and the scriptures speak about that, man. I think it's Malachi.
Go down, yep.
Yeah, man. Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Let me see. I hate Esau, laid mountains in his heritage, wilderness. I started 1. All right, it's all good. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say..."
That's beautiful, and that's beautiful. How I like it at the beginning. It says the burden to Israel. The Lord starts off with it says, "I love you." Go ahead.
God. It says, "I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?"
See, so basically, the Lord, gave us statutes, laws, commandments, and preached us unto them. Well, basically, what we're doing, we're preaching what the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to these people, which is the ultimate love for anybody, But you got niggas coming up and saying, "What? How you don't love me? You ain't my brother. What you doing for your people and stuff like that?" So but the key word is a burden, because it's a burden to them, because their deeds are evil. Our deeds are righteous and our deeds are good unto our brethren, but their deeds are evil. So of course they're that's a prime example of them hating the truth and loving a lie.
That's right.
Hating evil.
God, because they wouldn't say that if they were righteous.
Or it wouldn't be a burden to them.
It wouldn't be a burden. If they are truly righteous, you can still do righteousness and feel as though it's a burden unto you.
Yeah.
And truly, that's unrighteous. You're supposed to be happy to do righteousness for the Lord.
Absolutely.
Exceedingly glad. But he goes on to say, "I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I love Jacob, and I hate Esau, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness."
Yeah, and if you read in Romans, the ninth chapter, it talks about when the child have not even yet to be born, having done good nor evil. So that just shows you that that's a predestination of the Lord choosing Israel before he even considered choosing. The Lord chose Israel over the rest of the nations before Israel was even born yet, which goes into what Jeremiah said, "I have formed thee in the womb."
Yep.
So it just goes into predestination. So people claim like, Esau, Jacob stole the birthright. He said, no, man, it was given to him.
Yeah.
It was inherently given to him. So the Lord just had it play out as such.
Exactly.
You know,
The
that's
Lord,
that, that's,
yeah.
that's the way the Lord had it seem fit. You know,
That's the way the Lord had to see fit. Like
Right.
like the scenario that we in now. And everybody got their own separate lives. You know.
Mhm.
Now it's a small thing because the earth is the Lord's. It's a small thing for the Lord to come back right now and just overthrow this place now. But He has His own set way of how things are going to unfold. You know. Now it goes on to say, verse 4 is the point. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, They shall build, but I shall throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever." All right. Now that point, I shall build and I shall throw down. The Lord's going to overthrow this place with nuclear ICBM missile fire. You know that these people are still, building and building and building and improving different structure. But the scripture says the infrastructure of this place is gonna cease to grow. It's gonna decrease. It's gonna fall. Um, Isaiah 13, or is it 14? But the infrastructure of this place is crap. You see these when you ride through the city, a poor city, because Esau keep up the cities that people are actually attracted to. But the concrete is crumbling. You got sinkholes opening up. The Lord, it's 14. Shalakia. This place is gonna decay. 14 and 11. This is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 11. It says, "Thine pomp."
Start from 1.
14:1.
Yeah, get to 1. Hold on. Let me see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I wanna get a point and see what was gonna say. Go to 1. Yeah, read 1 right quick.
Yeah, it says Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel."
Okay, go to Isaiah 1 and 1.
1 and 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 1. The vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahazah, Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children.
Verse 7. Skip down to verse 7.
All right,
you can go to
jumping down to 7. It says Isaiah chapter 1 verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "For our country is desolate,
Yep.
our cities are burned with fire.
Yep.
Your land strangers devoured in your presence."
Yeah, now you can relate that to Israel, or you can relate it to our cities that where we as far as that we live in too. As far as like you can like Israel, as far as like we got them fake Jews and them Palestinians living over there in our land, and they're destroying it, man, having gay parties and shit over there.
Yeah,
shit. Or you can relate it to over here when we're in our neighborhoods. What you got different Elamites coming and different Moabites coming and setting up their businesses here, just taking the fucking money out the community. They're destroying our lands in front of their face, and they don't care. You got fucking gas stations on every fucking block. You got the Africans with their hair shit. You got the
Moabites with their
with
fucking
nails
walks,
and feet and
trying to walk and shit. Everything is fucking walk.
You got different nations coming in our communities and setting up, but they live in Edomite communities as far as like Valparaiso, Highland, Calumet City, Crown Point. These are the neighborhoods they live in. But yeah, when they do their business, they come all the way in the Drake neighborhoods, man, and sell us the bullshit and give us all the rundown shit, man. And no, every time you go to a gas station, you just see one car parked at a gas pump, but you don't see, you'll be there for hours and you don't see nobody come out. Best believe that's a nigga woman probably doing something for a piece of change. I remember. You always wonder like, yeah, what's this guy doing? You'll walk in and ain't nobody in here, and he all the way in the back, and he got to come in the front and be like, okay, yeah, well, what's going on? He take care of you, then he go in the back, wondering what he's doing in the back, man. Come on, man, put two to two together, man.
Yeah.
That's what these people are doing in our neighboring cities.
Yeah, it says your country is desolate.
Yeah, exactly. Which is going into you, like you said, our infrastructure.
Okay.
Man. Jake live in the most fucked up neighborhoods as far as like Gary. You know,
Yeah.
before they start doing the construction they're doing now, which is all for martial law. I mean, look the way we was living, man. You know, fucked up roads.
There's a Jake neighborhood close by here. It's East Chicago. It's a lot smaller than Gary, but Gary is a desolate city. It's not lively. People are not outside. You know, they don't walk the streets. You know, they don't take the bus. There's no one. You know, nobody converses with their neighbors. You know, it's just the city is just desolate.
Yep.
You know.
Correct.
Your cities are burned with fire. All right, and that's going to be a prophecy. That is a prophecy. You know, your cities are going to be burned with fire. It says your land, strangers devour in your presence. All right, and it is desolate. As it says, it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
Yep. Correct.
All right,
verse,
keep going.
Verse 8. The last one,
It says the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers.
Yep.
As a besieged city.
Right, and a besieged city is a city without no, basically without no, how can I say, defense. You know, besieged. How can I say, an overthrown city, a city that's already been conquered.
Yeah.
You know, a besieged city is like how they say seize him, and you know, and you know when they captured him, he's already captured. So he said, well, yeah, he's held in because he's already been seized.
He's already been seized.
A besieged city. Is the city has already been taken over, you know. You come into a country, I mean, you come into a city and already taken over, the city's besieged now. So now, basically, it was comparing the daughters of our people, the daughter of, just like I got on a nigga woman, man, she, you know, she's popping every other different type of nation out here, you know, for different reasons. You know, she'll probably go to the gas station to get $25 worth of gas, you know, bend over or do something, you know, suck some Elamites or some Ishmaelites rods for that. You know, then she'll go to Africa and get her hair done and do something for them African filthy Africans, or you know, go somewhere basically just being a whore out here, man. Like it says, a garden full of cucumbers, man. You know, that's not just between her the other nations. She also does it with Jake too. You know, there's no way you can see. I mean, if you have a social media page, it's like damn, almost every single day you see some fucking woman getting turned out by a nigga. You know what I mean?
Or another bitch.
Or another bitch, right? You know. But you can go ahead back to Isaiah. That was basically I want to hit that point. Isaiah, how our lands and people is just so fucked up living here, man.
God,
it is. And for the people, and for some of the jakes that can't get out of here, but it's actually like us, you know, that's in our right mind, you know, that's in our right mind that actually can probably, you know, try to make it. I mean, walking outside looking at this every day, that's just depressing, you know. You think this is how life's supposed to be. You know, and some jakes grow up into it thinking this is how I'm supposed to live. You know.
Yeah.
But we have that real mentality like, no, this is not the end all be all. You know, of existence. You know.
Can't be. If it was, then the days are not going to be saved.
Absolutely.
Esau going to destroy himself along with everybody else with him.
Yep.
All right. It says Isaiah 14 verse 11. It says, thine pope is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thine vows, and the worm is spread under thee. And the worms cover thee. All right, that worm is the destruction of the infrastructure. All right. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground? Let's jump up a verse. It says, thine pomp is brought down to the grave. So thine pomp is thine pride. Thine pride is going to be brought down to the grave because, like, I'm going to get that in Job when it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency. All right. So, like I said, these people are building all over the place. It's construction happening everywhere, you know, everywhere I turn, and in this region, in the Northwest Indiana region. I don't know about, you know, down where any other brothers are stationed, but I know that it's construction for this martial law for these troops to come over here, man. These construction is the building is relentless, you know. But it says that Pope is brought down to the grave, you know, because he actually thinks that his new world order, his chance to rule forever is coming, and he thinks he's going to get it. All right, but that pride is going to be brought down to the grave when he's destroyed by the Lord. All right, and it says, the noise of thy vows. It says, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. All right, the infrastructure of their city is going to cease, even though no matter what height and no matter how much you build, the missiles are going to overthrow all of that. You know. All right, and in that day of before the missiles, it's going to be like it's going to be like off a scene of Walking Dead or I Am Legend. The worms cover thee. It's like the buildings are just going to collapse on themselves. No one's there to tend to it.
Yep.
It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning." Now the word heaven is the delicacy. They're living in their heaven right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're they reaping the benefits of the earth without working, without sowing. They have the fatness of the earth. They got all the benefits, the 401k, the good job. That's heaven. So Lucifer means light bearer, and then particularly in the scripture speaking about the elites. Because this average peon Edomites ain't light bearers. They don't got the knowledge. Well, so-called, they're not looked at as so-called wise people. The Illuminati, the Skull and Bones, these secret societies, these upperclassmen, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts. All right, they're looked at as to be the wise men. Okay, the ones that can do these miracles through witchcraft and science. All right, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven," because they're the only ones living deliciously. So this is their heaven, this world. And it says, "How art thou fallen, O Lucifer, son of the morning." All right, it says, "How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" All right, so the Lord is going to overthrow this place. Overthrow Esau and his infrastructure. No matter how much you build, no matter how much you think you're gonna make it, and how much you think in your heart that your kingdom's gonna rule forever, the Lord is gonna he's gonna intervene.
I got something.
Okay, what you got?
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. It says, "For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art," it says, "and art thou be that all something, and art thou he shall all altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." All right, because basically, how can I say, the curses that are on us now are getting transferred over to Esau. Basically, what happened to our man? What happened to Israel, man? Israel, Romans came and persecuted, man, because basically it's things that happened to Israel are, what was famine in the land. They destroyed everything. We went into we was driven out to different parts of the world. They had starved. They had cut off food supplies to come into the city. So basically those curses that happened to us, and those are prophesied in Luke, I think the 14th chapter or the 21st chapter, one or the other. I can't think of it exactly. And some of Deuteronomy. Some of those. So those curses that are put on us are not going to be put just like in Egypt, man. Those are those curses that got put upon Egypt. Those curses are now be putting up on this so-called white man, because he's gonna drink of that cup. Now he's not gonna fully drink that cup until he gets into the kingdom in shackles and chains. All right, that's when he's gonna full-fledged drink it. But now the Lord's having him have a nice taste of it. Of what? Destroying his infrastructure of his roads. Scattering his people. Basically, like how he destroyed his first two kingdoms, which was Greece and Rome. By infrastructure, by a thin line. He spread his army too thin. But basically, those ways of how Greece and Rome feel is the same way he's falling now. Let me finish this off. It says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bosra shall be a desolation." Now, Bosra was what? A main city to Edomites. All right, that was the capital, so to speak. All right, it says, "shall become a desolation, and a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste." All right, so that's exactly what's going to happen to the America, man. Which is what the head capital of Esau today, man. The head capital of the elites.
Yeah, kind of.
So so what happened to Bosra is going to happen to America, man. Which is AKA Bosra, right? Like we call it.
Yeah, Bosra reincarnated.
Reincarnated, right? Just like Babylon, Nineveh, and not Nineveh. I usually say Nineveh. Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt. This is all America's known as all those, you know.
All right, I got a precept for you. Because they said if you mention that cup, and that cup is these our burdens, our curses that we have in, Esau's going to have the same thing, all right, upon him. This is Psalm 73, verse 8. 73, 75, and 8. It says, For in the hand of the Lord, there is a cup, and the wine is red, and is full of mixture. And he poureth out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. All right, the cup is that burdens that we face, our curses. You know, in Deuteronomy, the brother quoted Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "All of the curses that ye have suffered, I should put these curses on the heathen.
Mm-hmm.
All your enemies, all these curses that I'm gonna get it in my scriptures real quick because I just had it. It's Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord thine God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." All right, so the Lord going to put that cup. All right, all of these curses that we're doing, that are put upon us, you know, is going to be put upon our enemies. So it says, "In the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it's full of mixture." All right, so they're going to have to we're going to have to pay them back. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to do everything that we went through, but twice. You know, they're going to have to go through the tribulation that we suffered double in righteousness. You know, it says all the wicked, it says it poured out, and it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. So they're going to have to drink the wine and the dregs thereof, all that stuff at the bottom of the cup, you know. And all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. But I declare that was the point to that.
I want to get something to basically back you up from backing me up from what I said.
What you got?
This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 22. It says, Thus said thy Lord, the Lord, thy God, that pleaseth the cause of his people. Behold, I will take out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put into the hand of them that afflicted thee, which have said to thy soul, Bow down, that we may go over.
Damn.
Until thou hast laid thy body as a ground and as a street to them that went over.
Shit.
All right.
So we were trampled over.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we were literally trampled over, man. No one has other nation upon the earth has had their people taken. Then not only do you take the people, you enslave them and tell them that there's something that they're not. You know, you lie to them, and then you take their culture and put it and place it upon another people. And then you take the book of their heritage and you abstract books out of it, so they won't find out that you lied. You know, so all of those things that you have done to us is going to be done back to you, but double pins. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it's going to be feeling like double too, because why you're the wicked, as the Bible speak of, and what we're going to do to you is righteousness. All right, we're gonna do unto you righteousness, and we're gonna beat you like you did us. So not only are we gonna do the things that you did unto us, not every single thing, because you was raping our women and raping us and shit like that. We're not gonna do that type of shit. We're gonna be doing righteousness though. First of all, you don't like righteousness anyways. So doing righteousness and still kicking your ass is gonna be that's that double, you know, because we're gonna be able to kick your ass and do righteousness at the same time. You know, two things that you hate. Two things that you know you don't hate.
I got a precept for you backing me up. This is Psalm 60:3. It says, "Thou hast showed my people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment." All right. And why were we astonished? Because the Lord was as an enemy unto us.
Yeah.
I was like, so if this be the Lord our God to punish us like so, I'm astonished, because you said that you were only with Israel, but He had to do that because we deserved it. You know, He is just in all His ways. So all the astonishment, the astonished things that happen to us, it's going to happen to you. You know, Jeremiah 16:16 or 16:17. I guess I'll close it with that one.
Did you still want to get that Job?
No, I passed.
Okay.
I think it's 16, 17. That's the Cliff of the Rocks.
Oh yeah, hunt them at the cliff of yep. Yeah, man. I mean, it even says, I believe it's what's that? Jeremiah the 30th chapter. It says what? You shall no more be afraid, and them that afflicted you. You know, basically talking about the heathens and everything. You know how the Lord's gonna basically recompense all their doings. You know, for doing what they did unto us, we're gonna do basically unto thee.
Sure.
You know, it says what? You shall take them whom captives you were.
Yep.
You know.
This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, that they shall fish them, and after I will send for many hunters. All right, we're fishing now. How are we fishing? Because we're throwing out the bait, which is the truth, and we're seeing who's going to bite. Now, the only ones that's going to bite is the elect. You know what I'm saying? So it's a parable. It's to us fishing when we go out on the highways and byways, bidding people to the marriage. You know, so it says, and after I will send for many hunters, and from every hill. That's right. I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. All right. It says many hunters because the fishers. Once we catch all the fishes, which is the elect. All right. So once the elect has been caught and sealed. All right, then the Lord's going to turn us to hunters. He's going to give us power to catch these. Now it became back relevant because you get the Job 19 or the Job 20. It became back relevant because these.
Yeah, they're gonna flee the iron
weapon. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's how we're going to catch these
people.
Spirit.
We always say the Spirit always brings it back.
Brings it back. Yeah. Full circle. It's a cycle.
Hey, matter of fact, you know what, and I'm gonna do a lesson on this specific topic because I was watching Family Guy the other day, and what happened? It was Joe and his son was fishing, and it was like old Family Guy, and Joe and his son was fishing, and the fish got away, and basically Peter was like, I guess that's the fish that got away, and Joe gave his son a gun. He said like hell it was. He said, you get in there, you kick that fish's ass, and he gave him a gun. He dived in the water. Basically, that's symbolic. Like, okay, we're fishing right now, and then as soon as we get all the fish, then we gonna get like a knife or a spear. Then we hopping in the water and killing all the fish that we didn't get because they catfish. You know, we don't need them.
Yep.
You know, and then the fish like if they want to run, swim in crevices and shit, then we gonna basically hunt them after.
Hunt them out. Yeah.
That's just when I seen that specific clip. That's because he was fishing at point, and then when the fish got away, he got in there and started hunting. So. It's just basically, I just want to compare those two type of when I seen that, but
okay.
You got it.
But the Job 19, no, this is Job 20, and 22. In the fullness of his efficiency, he shall be in straits.
Mm-hmm.
Every hand of
the fullness. What's this efficiency, man? The New World Order, man. That's they're basically trying to do when they first came to America. They tried to push that New World Order like they did when they came to America. They actually called this place the New World. All right, that's what they're trying to do with this new world, this one world government. They're trying to get everybody under at one. The mark of the beast is the chip. So they're trying to they're basically trying to revamp. They're trying to revamp their whole entire because they're basically missing a lot of money, so to speak. So they claim that they're missing a lot of money, so they want their end cut on everything. Mm-hmm. So they're basically trying to push this New World Order. So that's the fullness of its sufficiency. Okay. But notice how it said the fullness. So basically, you're not gonna start filling up a jar and be like, oh, it's fullness now. No, that jar is gonna start filling up, and right before the edge, right before it starts to get full, that's the word you can say the fullness. So basically, we're gonna be I ain't gonna say semi. I can say that. Yeah, we're gonna basically be in the beginning stages of the New World Order. A lot of people on this planet Earth is gonna have that chip. All right, a lot of people is not gonna have it. Especially the elect. But I'm saying this is because they're it's not just the chip is not gonna come and then boom, we're gonna get delivered. The Lord is gonna shorten days, so it's not gonna really be seen like a whole day when the chip does come, but. Not to venture off too much of the topic, but it's just basically saying I like that because it says in Matthew, it says, "And fear not, because this is all the beginning. This must come before the end to come." You know, this all is just the beginning. You know, we have to suffer through it. You know,
this is Job 20 and 22. It says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits."
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in positions of difficulty.
Yeah.
Because why? The Lord is going to intervene.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. It says, "Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him."
Yeah.
All right.
And you look at the word "wicked," it goes back to the word "workers." All right. So basically, the people that's laboring out here, the people. All right. Let me just make it simple.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly." All right, so like in the fullness of his sufficiency, when he's about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
You ever been hungry? You ever been hungry for something, you know, and you like mid dinner, like you ate like maybe let's say you just chopped up some chicken breast, you know, put it on a bed of rice, you know, with gravy, and you got a big glass of orange juice or you know some lemonade or something. And you took like maybe 3 or 4 big bites. You know, and you finna go for another one, and somebody just come and smack the plate out your hand. You know, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be like unsatisfied. You're gonna be turmoil. You ain't gonna know what to do. You're gonna be confused because you still hungry. You know, you mad. You know, but this is gonna be the Lord. So the Lord is gonna come and just completely intercept whatever plans you thought you had. You know, and you watch a football game and they throw the ball and it's like the last 2 seconds. And you think you're finna catch it and get the touchdown, but somebody just come and intercept the ball and grab it and run downfield. You know, that's how the Lord gonna be when this New World Order hit, man. You know, New Order gonna cast, but right before they feel like they finally did it, like, oh, we finally done it, it's finished, it's complete. The Lord is gonna come and intercept everything, man, and just start destroying and laying waste and redeem His elect. All right, got it.
That shit's bothering me. Verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Now we know about the fury of the wrath about Jeremiah 23rd chapter, which says what? He's not going to return back until he fulfilled everything that his heart's desired. All right, so the Lord's going to come back with everything. You know, he ain't just going to come back half cop. He's just going to come back like a little bit of how you feel. He's going to come back with everything. All right, Go ahead.
It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Go ahead.
It says, in his dawn it cometh, and it is drawn and cometh out of the body.
All right.
Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of its gall,
which is the ICBM missile fires. All right, and that body is a silos that opens up, and the missile starts to poke its head out. You know, they got silos on ships. They got silos which actually in the ground. You know. So when they open up, it shoots the missiles towards over here. Yeah, you're gonna have the wicked of the elites of this country flee into their little bunkers, to their space stations or whatever they have. You know, yeah, you're gonna have it where they flee into those. But guess what? That's why we just read Jeremiah 16:16. Is when we're done fishing, we're actually gonna become hunters, man. Because the Lord's gonna give us the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to go hunt them where they're at. You know, a hunter is exactly what he says. You know, he's a hunter. He goes hunt. He, you know, if you ever look at a hunter, just look at an animal hunter. What they sniff around for footprints. You know, they find footprints and they basically track them until they find the whereabouts of what they want. You know, that's just basically what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna know exactly where they're at, man. We're probably gonna feel in the earth and okay, they're down there. You know, we're probably gonna bore our way down there and or you know, some brothers are just gonna pull the whole bunker up. You know, or however they seem fit to get him, bro. But we're gonna get you, all right? Because you might flee from the destruction of America. You might flee from the IBC and missile fire. But guess what? You're going right into slavery as soon as we get you. Go ahead.
That's the spirit of the Lord.
God.
It's the Lord. It's all the Lord's program. The Lord actually got them fighting against it.
Yep.
You know. But I guess that's why it goes into this Jeremiah 16. All right, it says when they flee, they shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike them through. Now to those ones that get away. All right, I said it's going to turn us to many hunters. Now, what are we going to hunt? All right, the people that got away, like the brother said, the Edomites that could afford the satellite stations, you know, the bunkers. It says, they shall send hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. All right, now those holes of the rocks are in the bunkers that the brother mentioned. All right, those steel bunkers that can actually withstand, that's so deep they can withstand missile fire, you know, miles and miles under the earth. It says, verse 17, for my eyes are upon all their ways, and they are not hid from my face. Like the brother said, we're gonna be able to somehow, some way, by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're gonna face these people when we're gonna see them. All right. It says, neither is there iniquity hid from my eyes. First I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, and they have filled my inheritance with carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. Now the brother mentioned that in the Holy Land, which is Israel, now they have gay parades. They have filled the Lord's inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things. Everything against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, like the brother likes to bring out best pay. All right, they circumcise an infant child or a child and suck the blood from its rod. That's detestable and abominable. Because of that, we're gonna repay them double, in righteousness. So we're not gonna repay them by doing the same thing that they did unto us. We're gonna pay them regarding the law, but they're still gonna suffer twice as much as we have suffered. The Lord said in Leviticus, He's gonna repay our iniquity 7 times.
On top of that, we're gonna have spiritual powers, man. So we're gonna be able to do shit that they can't even do to us, man.
We're gonna be doing shit that we can't even fathom on this side.
Right.
We can't even fathom the things we're gonna do to them on this side. We can try to, but it's gonna far exceed that when we actually get there.
You're gonna fuck with their dreams, kill them and bring them back to life. Just imagine that, killing somebody and bringing them right back to life. You know how much anticlimactic. I mean, it's anticlimactic, but you know how you might just have Edomites you just might kill all the day long and just bring it back to life.
Like I said, like the imaginations that we have on this side, it can't even fathom what we're going to do on the other side, because our mind's not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. Our mind's going to be totally unlocked with the righteousness of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
I remember that one guy of a Man in Black, they shoot in the head and his head already grow back. Yeah, it just might have an Edomite you just might kill just to make yourself feel a little bit better, and just bring his soul right back up.
Or in Altered Carbon, they tortured him in his mind. His body was completely intact, but in his mind, everything was real. Same thing,
Matrix, I think.
I don't know if they did in the Matrix, but I remember in Altered Carbon they was torturing him. All right, and everything was real, but his body was completely intact. All right.
Oh, okay. No. In Matrix, they said basically Morpheus said, he said if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life. He said the body can't live without the brain. So it's a little different. In Matrix, if I get cut in Matrix, I get cut in real life. So it's a little different. You're right. So but back to what you explained that it was all mentally. Yeah. That's we're gonna be able to do that.
But I'm saying the point I was saying was like the things that we're gonna recompense them double, because we can't even imagine. Mm-hmm. Now we can imagine physically, but it's going to far exceed that, because we're not going to have the same mind. The Lord's going to put His righteousness into us. Mm-hmm. So our mind and our capabilities of what we can do right now versus what we're going to be able to do, it far exceeds that. So our imagination can't even think about the things, that we're going to be able to do.
It also gives into our deeds too. And anything we ever do in the kingdom is going to be righteousness. We ain't got to worry about if that's wicked. We ain't got to get counsel on it. Like, bro, I need your counsel on this, about this being wicked. Do you think this is wicked? And no, man, because our thoughts are going to be 100% righteous. All right, everything we're going to think is going to be 100% righteous. Our deeds are going to be 100% righteous. We ain't got to be going to a restaurant and worried about what they use this with and what they use this with, and looking up the ingredients. Huh?
You could be in a restaurant Sunday King.
I mean, just using an example, just basically saying we ain't gonna be worried about anything. If we go buy something,
we're not gonna be going off and be like, oh shit, it's the Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly.
We can feel the Sabbath when it comes up. We can be like,
plus we're gonna be governed by the new moon and everything. So we're gonna have 100% righteousness. We're not gonna like we are now. Be all worried about if we're doing something. So anything we think of in the kingdom is gonna be 100% righteous.
Yep.
That's all I have.
You can go ahead and close it.
That was it. All right, with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. It belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, until next time, we say shalom.
Shalom.